yeah, you love to hear it. Love hearing that beer poured. It's Dirty Mike. We are back. Taps and Tailgates, episode 105. A really fun episode I have planned out. Went over to Brewyard, had Josh Weekly, one of the brewers over there at Brewyard. Really super fun episode. It was awesome. Like, really, I mean, we're just kind of explaining. I think I say that a couple hundred times throughout the whole interview. It was a really good time. Just had a blast. I mean, the whole vibe of that place was really, really cool. The beers were awesome, and I do have a couple beers from Brewyard out in Glendale, off of Alameda. It's a really cool place. I'm gonna start the episode right, like we always do. Crack a brewski, give it a reviewski, and this one I'm excited about. One of the ones I'm excited about. It's called Ubi-Wan. It's an Ube IPA, which is it's a Filipino thing where they actually brew it with yams. So I'm really excited about this. It's a Star Wars, obviously calling Obi-Wan. It's a Star Wars centric beer, it looks like Obi-Wan staring into the twin suns of good old Tatooine. And one thing while I'm cracking this, it was really I was really trying to focus on the beer aspect of everything during the episode, but then we went down this whole Star Wars rabbit hole because, Josh is actually a Star Wars fan. So it was really cool. We got to, have a good time, talk a little bit of the wars, and drink some beer, talk about the brewing process. Mike sounded like an idiot at one point because I just went to a brewing class with Jizzy, and over at Windsor Brew Supply over in Costa Mesa, they have classes at that one, and they also have their classes in Anaheim. So if you ever want to check out homebrewing, go check them out. But I'm going to crack this sucker open, and like I said, before I do that, it was because, I was sounding like an idiot because I talked about a noble hop when we were talking about grains. And yeah, it happens. Here we go. Crack her open, eh? Ubi-Wan. Oh, and just honestly, just off the crack, I haven't even poured it yet. And it legit, you can see that purple hue that I got in I'm going to butcher it, Mochaccino or something like that, that I had during the interview. But I'm going to go ahead and take a big old drink out of this sucker. It's called Ubi-Wan from Brewyard in Glendale, California, coming at 6%. And it even, all of the text on the can looks like Star Wars. Or like that Star Wars kind of font. It's jump on in, water's fine. Oh. That's different. That might be really, it's really different than anything I feel like I've had before when it comes to an IPA. And I feel like it's got to be that yam, but it is fucking delicious. Holy shit, that's good. I'm trying to pinpoint, the flavors you're getting from it. But it is, I can't, it has to be the yam that's giving it that different flavor. But the hops are Northern Brewer, New Zealand. And I'm gonna butcher this again. Me and Josh talked about it on the show. It's Moitueka, I think that's how they say it. Citra Cryo. There's also yeast with California Common. Grains are two-row and wheat. Two-row and wheat and oats. Well, it is honestly super delicious, and they even have the context on the back says, being a Filipino-owned and operated brewery, we've experimented with a lot of ube, which is purple yam. We brewed this IPA with ube and stuffed it with Motueka, I'm sure I butchered that, and Pacifica hops. Ubi-Wan has a strong tropical fruity hop bitterness, lightly creamy with ube finish. The natural purple hue also makes it fun to drink at your local cantina. And when they're talking to cantina, we're talking about Mos Eisley for all you Star Wars fans out there. But I'm going to jump into the headlines. And honestly, one of the biggest headlines for me, and it's not sports related, I had to wait 22 years for this motherfucker to come back. But Pizza Hut brought back my childhood pizza, the Big New Yorker. 6 slices, big old foldable suckers. And I'm probably gonna order it this week. I kind of hope it lives up to it, but I might have to pull out the good old N64. have a slice of pizza, and maybe buy some Surge. Get a little soda action on off of Amazon. That or Crystal Pepsi if I can find it. But I was super stoked about the big New Yorker being back. So I had to mention that. Another thing, Bo Horvat went to the Islanders. Was really hoping the Avs were going to get him, but obviously that didn't pan out. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see how they do. The Islanders, I don't think they made the playoffs last year. I know they were in the playoffs a couple years ago. We'll see what happens. Another big one, Sean Payton signed to the Broncos. I think they said it was 5 years, somewhere between 17 and 20 million a year. Fuck, I feel like that's a lot for a head coach, but when you get the right guy, you get the right guy. And that's what they're talking about is, can Sean Payton save Russell Wilson? Obviously after the catastrophic season they had this year and after all they gave up to get Russell. I feel like if anybody can do it, it's Sean Payton or like a Bill Belichick kind of coach. But Sean Payton, I honestly did it with Drew Brees. I mean, he even through how old was Drew Brees before he retired? Couldn't tell you. But I mean, Drew Brees, you can tell towards the end of his career, like he didn't have the same arm he had, but still, Sean Payton got a lot out of him. So maybe Sean can do it with Russ, and they can maybe tweak the offense to more suit him. Maybe. We'll kind of see about that. Another thing is, DeMeco Ryans from the Niners, the defensive coordinator for the Niners, goes to the Texans. Love DeMeco Ryans. Don't like the Niners, but love DeMeco Ryans. So hopefully he can turn that around for him. Another big thing, the GOAT, Jizzy's guy, Tom Brady retired. For now. We'll see if he, when OTAs and all that comes around, let's see if he pulls the Brett Favre and decides to come back later. But, me and Jizzy have had heated debates about the Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, like who's the better quarterback. Tom is the GOAT, though. I'll admit that. Tom is Tom. What can you do? Was it 7 rings I think he won? So good for him. Hopefully he gets to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And then he signed a 10-year, $370 million deal with Fox, I think it was. And that's, to me, that's just crazy. $375 million for commentating? I guess, was it Skip Bayless got a huge contract, and I'm sure Shannon Sharp has a huge contract. But I feel like you're just talking about sports. Fuck. I want you to throw a little bit this way, yeah? But fuck. I feel like that's just kind of crazy for that amount of money to just talk about sports. He only made, I think I saw the graphic the other day. It was like, in his NFL career, he made $333 million, something around that area, over his 20-plus year career in the NFL. And now he's making more than that for a less amount of time, and he's just commentating. That's crazy to me. But what do you do? Another headline. There's a lot of talk of Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders. And obviously Mike being a Packer fan. I love Aaron. I'll always love Aaron. He can go wherever he wants as long as it's not the Bears or the Vikings. Obviously, I don't think he's, because the teams in order that I hate: Bears, Cowboys, Vikings, Niners. As long as he doesn't go to any of those teams, we're good. I don't think I said Raiders in there, so hopefully I don't hate the Raiders. So, but if he does go to the Raiders, he can go back with Devontae. They can do what they got to do and figure shit out. Still, even if he goes to the Raiders, I don't know if I see them winning the Super Bowl. But then again, the Super Bowl, almost positive, is in Allegiant Stadium, Raiders Stadium over there in Vegas. So if Aaron wins one, good for him. As long as it's not for the Bears or Vikings, I'm fine. Last couple, Ohtani. There's potential that he could go to the Mets. The Mets say they're all in. The Padres say they're all in. But honestly, like me not being a Dodger fan, I think everybody knows this. I don't like the Dodgers at all. But I could see the Dodgers got 5 or 6 of the top prospects in the top 100 in the minors. So I could totally see Ohtani going there because they can put together a package for him. But if I'm the Angels, I'm asking for fucking everything. But then again, I felt like their best trade option would have been last year, honestly, because I feel like what if he does go to one of those teams and they trade him at the deadline and he's just a rental? Like you give up all this shit for a guy that you're going to have for just a few months? Or you're going to get a guy that, where last year if you would have traded him, you would have got him at least a year and a half, or at least, a little over a year, or a little under a year and a half being at the deadline. Where is he going to go? I mean, honestly, if he went to the Padres, that'd be a killer lineup. And I think that would just be like a death blow to the Dodgers. Because, I mean, it kind of seems like that's why they didn't really sign a lot of guys this year, because they were kind of gearing up to get Ohtani. And, I mean, honestly, yeah, the market in LA for Ohtani would be huge. It already is with the Angels. But, yeah, the market with the Dodgers would be way bigger than it would be for the Angels. And if you're the Angels, it's beneficial for you too, because you have a chance to, get 4 or 5 prospects, maybe even 6 prospects, for something like that. I mean, even what the Padres gave up for Juan Soto going, when he left the Nationals, when he got traded from the Nationals. But we'll see how it goes. Baseball season is coming. I am stoked. I'll get into that, probably next month sometime. But we'll see how all that goes. Last one. Big one today. Luka, it looks like he's getting some help. Kyrie got traded to the Mavs. So good for Kyrie and good for Luka, be able to get some help. But there's also that aspect of where are they going to put Luka? Are they going to move Luka to the 2? Are they going to move Luka to the 3? How is Kyrie going to factor into all of that? I mean, we'll see how it all works out, how it plays out. But, I mean, if anybody deserves some help, it was fucking Luka. The guy's just doing everything by himself. I kind of feel like, damn, what do you do? But I'm going to jump in and have one more drink of this Ubi one because it is fire. Hot fucking... I can't get over that. What the yam does to that beer, it is freaking delicious. And honestly, I can't wait to get this can and, post a picture of it on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, don't forget, it's Taps and Tailgates. Now I gotta jump into Brewski 2 here, and I'm really excited about this one because Mike's a nerd, loves old video games. This one from Brewyard called Make a Man Go Crazy, like mango kettle sour. Yeah, and it is, the hops are Magnum, bacteria lactobacillus, yeast, California common, grains, 2-row, and wheat. This says Make a Man Go Crazy is a mild kettle sour with just the right amount of pucker. Excuse me. Bursting with mango flavor from real mango puree and a hint of passion fruit. Drink with caution, however, as you may be briefly transported onto a tropical beach. Tropical beach. Not bitch. My bad. All right, well, I'm going to jump into this one. Let's crack her open, eh? Oh, that smells delicious. And this one, as you can tell, I'm not really pouring them. I'm just drinking out of the can. Let's go. Oh, fuck, it smells good. I'm going to jump on in. Water's fine. Oh, yeah. Hot. Oh, that is good. And it's not overly tart. It actually has almost like a really crisp finish. Mango. Definitely get the mango on there, but it doesn't feel overly heavy. I know some sours or even slushies or slushy sours can be really a little heavy. This feels super light, really good mouthfeel, and yeah, you get everything off the nose. You get the mango mostly. I would say about 75% mango, maybe 25% passion fruit, but they work together so well in this beer. It's banging, and it is totally like a Miss. It almost looks like a Miss Pac-Man kind of logo. It looks awesome, and I'm gonna make sure I'll post a picture of that when I do that on Instagram. But let's jump in. We got a couple more things before I jump into the interview. I hope you guys enjoy that. Me and Jizzy, and I talk about it on the show a little bit. Clearly, I didn't pay attention in certain parts of class, but me and Jizzy went to home brewing over in Windsor, at Windsor, over in Costa Mesa. We're actually doing, so we did the all grain home brewing class, and in not this week, but the week after, we are going to the extract brewing class. So I'm super excited for that. It was so much fun. Hit up those guys. They have people from Green Cheek there that worked at Lost Winds. It's really, really cool. If you're into that sort of thing, go hit them up. It's like $25 a class, and they go through the whole process, from start to finish, and it's just really awesome. Like, I was over there freaking nerding it out and freaking taking notes and stuff like that, and I still didn't get it all. So I'm excited to take it again. And I think me and Jizzy are going to do another all-grain class at their Anaheim location in March. So super stoked about that. But the big games next week. To jump into that, Chiefs, Eagles, and that's why I didn't talk about it last week, but I'm going to jump into it this week. I'm not sure. Like, I'm on the fence about who's going to win this game. I think the line is 1.5. The Eagles are favored by. I honestly, my heart's telling me my brain's telling me the Eagles, because of their defense and the way they can run the ball and control the ball, control time of possession. But my heart's telling me the Chiefs are going to find a way. Like, Pat Mahomes is just stupid ridiculous. Like, some of those throws he makes, even with a bad ankle last week. Like I said, I know I talked about it last week, how he, not him, but the refs kind of impacted that game. But still, the way he can make throws and extend plays is just ridiculous. So I am going to go the Eagles minus the 1.5, even though what I just said about Pat Mahomes. So I got a couple Super Bowl bets. I'm going to go Eagles minus 1.5. The under on Jalen Hurts yards, I think it was 240.5. And I know, I always tell you guys to take the over, but I'm going to go the under 240.5. I'm going to go Hollywood Brown to score a touchdown. So anytime touchdown scorer, Hollywood Brown. Gatorade color, it was a toss-up for me because it's either yellow, orange, red, or blue. And there's no blue. There's no teams with any blue in their color scheme. So I'm going blue. I'm going blue on that. So those are my 4 bets. I got them. I may, because I know we're not in a betting state. We're in California. We're fucking Mike over. Yes, on 27 did not go through. But those are my picks. Real quick jump in, just at the Royal Rumble. Not gonna say I called the winners. Honestly, I haven't listened to the episode with Jammin', so I can't remember who I picked. But I'm almost positive I picked Cody. And I think I picked Rhea with Jammin'. But that whole storyline going into Mania should be awesome. I'm really excited about Mania. I'm excited about the Elimination Chamber. We'll see how it all goes. We're WrestleMania season, so we're a couple months away. I think Elimination Chamber is a couple weeks away. But we'll see how all that goes. And before I do, next week, we got some banger stuff going on I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be making pizza. Pizza in the smoker. I think we'll do some Cornish hens. Some queso. All this good stuff. But I really hope you guys enjoy this episode with Josh. He was an awesome, awesome dude. I'm super excited about this episode. And then I have some great news coming up soon. Oh, actually coming in now. Now that I think about it. Next week, I'm going to be at Brewyard in Pico. I'm going to be recording with them. And then the week after that, super stoked. I have Mike. So it'll be Mike on that one. Going to be at Unsung, and I'm super stoked about it. One thing I love about Unsung, they have, it's a lot of their beers are all comic related, and obviously I'm a super nerd, so it's going to be great. I'm super stoked about that. And then the week after that, I'm going to have Hector from Thorn Brewing, where we've recorded at the last couple of years on my birthday. Super stoked. That's going to be fun. Also got Creative Creature coming up sometime in March. Have Tarantula Hill, Curtis, and the owner from Tarantula Hill. Going to have a blast. So these, next few weeks, like I promised, I said I was going to, get brewers on, get owners on, get people a part of each brewery. So I'm super excited. But without any more further ado, going to jump into the interview here. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I say it at the end of the episode after the interview, but take the over, motherfuckers, except for the Jalen Hurts. Take the under. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here at the Brewyard here in Glendale, and I'm here with one of the brewers. His name is Josh Weekly. How you doing today, bud?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to have you on. We got mutually connected through Ralph. For people on for listeners on the show, it's Swanee's dad, and it's a beautiful day out today, and it's a really sweet place. The brewery or the Brewyard over here, they get an old and what kind of car is that again?
That is a 1936 Ford flatbed.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool looking. Everything inside here is so cool. Not too far from Dodger Stadium for all you Dodger fans. If you want to come on down and have a beer when the season starts, or even before the season starts, come on down and have a good time. But yeah, I just wanted to, I'm so glad, so thankful for you guys to, for you to have me on, and I have a beer here with me, and I always started with Cracker Brewski. Give it a reviewski.
Sure.
And this first one is called Hef-U.
Hef-U, yeah.
Okay, and what's the percentage on this one?
That one is about 5, I think.
5%? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's jump on in.
So it's kind of a German Hef with way too many hops.
Yeah, it's delicious though. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I love the logo, the Brewyard logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. What got you into brewing?
Me personally, I actually started with mead.
Okay.
I was reading books about Vikings and whatnot, and this is 10, 15 years ago. You couldn't get any mead.
Yeah.
So there was not like a place you could go buy it. So
yeah.
I wondered, can I make it?
Yeah.
And turns out you can. And so I started making mead, and then I went to cider, and then eventually graduated to beer.
Wow. And yeah, because now it seems like meaderies are starting to pop up in different places.
Yeah, it's kind of the new thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like it was craft beer. I mean, craft beer continues to keep growing, but yeah, meaderies, you see them all the time now.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who used to work at one. I don't know if she still does. I haven't talked to her in a while, but yeah, she used to work, and she used to bring at work, because I used to work for an insurance company, so they would always bring all this different stuff to work, so we got to take it home and drink it. It's almost like an acquired taste, I feel like, for mead.
Yeah. I mean, there's several kinds too. I mean, a lot of people do what they call a honey wine. So it's similar to wine, and then it's somewhere in the 13 to 18%.
Yeah.
It's uncarbonated.
Yeah.
And then there's craft mead, which is a lower ABV, carbonated fizzy beer type drink.
Wow. It's kind of crazy, like with all because one of those and you might be floored.
Yeah. I mean, around the house, I'll drink a 6% mead and watch a football game.
Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, speaking of football, you said you like college football, and your favorite team is
Crimson Tide.
There it is, just like Jizzy. Yeah, my brother, he loves them. He always says Bama built is what he always says.
Yeah. If you're from Alabama, you don't care about the NFL.
Yeah,
we're never gonna get a team.
Yeah, I mean they had every year, like Saban just puts they don't retool, they just reload every year. It feels like
Saban. Yeah.
He's so Saint Saban. Yeah, he's so good. And I'm assuming because you're from Alabama, you've been to a game over there. Or?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I love going to games.
Yeah, and I will go to SC games every once in a while, but it's been a few years. It just with all they got rid of like a bunch of seats, so like ticket prices always just go way up. But
yeah, you need them to lose.
So. Yeah, and when they were losing, it wasn't so bad because we could just go and hang out and watch them get the crap beat out of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the crap beat out of themselves.
Yeah, Alabamians hate the Trojans for sure.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is it because of like the rivalry that they had way back? No,
we just hate them. I mean, the Kiffins didn't help. Kiffins are terrible people, and we hate them. And then also every year it seems like the Trojans get put in the top 10 no matter how bad they are.
Yeah. I
don't
hate
know
that.
what they're doing to get, in the top 10. And then, the University of, BFE beats them. And then all of a sudden you got, the horny skunks in the top 10. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You're messing up our rankings, man.
I know. And they, there are times where I'm like, man, like, I hate it when they, like, the top poll, the first, like, AP poll comes out, or the first top 25 poll, and they're, like, number 8. I'm like, why? Like, I'd rather them be 25 and make their way up if they're actually good.
Yeah. In Alabama, it's like they're coming off their 4th consecutive national championship, and they're ranked number 8. Like, what?
Yeah, some of that stuff makes no sense. But honestly, the SEC, I feel like it just kind of keeps growing. Oh, it keeps getting better and better. Obviously, with Georgia, Alabama's been Alabama. LSU's getting better now.
They got a couple
Kentucky.
national championships.
Yeah.
Auburn, too.
Auburn's, you can never... they've had some down years the last couple of years, but you can never count them out.
Oh, yeah, they're always going to come from behind and win one every once in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Did you ever... So you said you were doing mead. Did you ever, homebrew or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. that's what I did most of my career. I've only been brewing semi-pro for a little over a year and a half now.
Okay, nice. And was that's where you started with the mead first and then everything else? Okay, that's
It was
cool.
a gateway.
Yeah, how did you learn how to homebrew? Did you take a class?
YouTube.
Oh, okay, there you go. And that's what I actually went to a homebrew class with my brother last Wednesday. I've always wanted to try it. I always thought it would be cool to do it, so we went. And people were talking about we watched YouTube. And
there's a couple of really great channels you can check out.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that because we want to. We were looking at one. It's called the Brewzilla, where it's like an all-in-one and it's all electric. I was like, it looks really cool, and it seems like it's pretty, all in one, so you don't have to worry about cleaning this or not cleaning, because of course you have to sanitize things, but having to what's the word? You're not having to use multiple machines for one thing. It's an all-in-one, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I use a mash and brew electric kettle sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I've also got the old kit with the Home Depot cooler and
Oh yeah,
all that mess. I like that one too.
Yeah, my sister once she put oranges in a bag or whatever. She was trying to make some kind of booze with it. I don't know how. I was a kid. I walked in and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" But yeah, I didn't rat her out, so I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, oranges are tough. If you ferment citrus, you tend to get that rotten orange juice flavor. It's much better to use orange peel.
Oh,
stuff
okay.
Like that. Yeah. We've also got our little test kit over here. It's like a 10 barrel.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, the little 3 vessel right over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll do small batches.
Yeah.
We actually did a braggot for our anniversary party in a small batch. That was it was an orange braggot.
Okay.
Braggott's half mead, half beer.
Oh wow, that sounds like it'd be really good.
It was so good. Yeah. We used orange blossom honey, and then we used orange peel.
Okay.
And then we hit it with vanilla, so it was like a creamsicle.
Oh, I bet that was freaking so good.
It was super dangerous. It was 11%.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and it did not taste like it.
And I love those the most, whether they're doubles or triples. Yeah, even every once in a while you'll find a quad that's not overly boozy, and those are so dangerous because then you get into something like that, you have 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and then you're floored.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a quad.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do. Every year we do this beer. It's our anniversary beer. It's a bourbon barrel aged Belgian quad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that goes into Woodford Reserve barrels.
Oh, wow.
So these guys right over here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it picks up a lot of whiskey flavor.
Oh, I bet.
And it picks up about 2 points of ABV.
Oh, dang.
Those barrels, yeah.
That's crazy. But that's really, really cool, though. And those barrels, they look like they've, been through a bit.
Yeah, we use them maybe twice before we change them out.
Okay.
Just because, we want to make sure we get the flavor in there.
Yeah, and you say you do it once a year?
Once a year we do bourbon barrel aged Cat's Pajamas for sure. And we do other barrel stuff. Right now we've got a barrel fermented Saison called My Name is Brett.
Oh, nice.
And it's a Brettanomyces with persimmon.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Super funky.
Yeah, no, they talked about Brettanomyces during the homebrew. I was like, oh man, that's because I had no idea what that was when it first happened. Could you explain to the listeners like what Brettanomyces is?
It's also a yeast, but it's not the normal yeast that gets used in beer most of the time.
Okay.
It's a pretty hungry yeast, so it'll eat a lot of your flavors and then give you kind of a different funky farmhouse kind of flavor.
Yeah, I think that's what they towards the end of the class they had like a 2-year-old beer that they had brewed with the class 2 years ago, and we tried that, and it had like that kind of saison or saison flavor, and it did taste, because those ones always kind of taste like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
Like you get like a little bit of hay in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a home brewer kind of stopgap. If you ruin a batch, you can hit it with Brett and it might be okay.
Yeah.
It'll eat a lot of your off flavors and stuff.
Yeah. And they always say like if you have like a sour, that's usually sometimes like you'll get Brettanomyces on the bottom of it.
Yeah. I mean, sours typically you're getting lactobacillus is
but that will eat anything too, right?
No, lactobacillus it's going to eat sugar mostly.
Oh, gotcha.
Like we've got a kettle sour called Make a Mango Crazy.
Okay.
And so what we do with that is we brew it and then put it in the kettle and then hit it with lactobacillus, which is a bacteria. It's not a yeast. And that will eat the sugars and poop out lactic acid.
Okay.
And then once we get the sourness that we want, we fire up the kettle and kill it all.
Nice.
And then we brew the beer. We continue brewing the beer.
Oh, okay. Well, dang. Yeah, that's awesome. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. That's a kettle sour. You can get sour beers a few different ways. You can just add lactic acid, or you can. There's another way. Acidulated malt. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you want to follow the Reinheitsgebot, you can't add anything that's not grain. So they made a acidulated malt, so you can sour beers with the grain.
Okay.
So it's like a.
And when it comes to like grain, do you guys do a lot of like extract brewing here, or is it like mostly all grain?
Oh, it's all grain. Yeah.
All grain. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I was wondering because I'm just like I just learned about this stuff, so I was like, more stuff I can ask him. So.
Yeah. I even as a homebrewer, I started with all grain.
Okay. Yeah, that's the class we took was all grain, but I do want to try that. I just want to see what the extract one is all about. So I think me and my brother are going again in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll save you a step.
Yeah. So what is like the extract brewing process? What does that have? Like how is? I mean, obviously you're not using. Well, how does it vary or differ from all grain?
Ooh, how scientific do you want to get?
Oh, hey, wherever you want to, man.
Okay, so let's start with grain. So grain is a starch. It's seed for a grass plant.
Yeah.
And the yeast that you're using to ferment beer can't eat starch.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't know how to break it down. It's a complex carbohydrate. So you have to break it down into sugars.
Okay.
And to do that, you're using something called a mash, where you're grinding it up.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it has to be malted.
Yeah.
Which we don't do here. But once you have malted grain, you crush it, you put it in hot water.
Okay.
And that's going to release an enzyme called amylase, which amylase is what the seed uses when it thinks it's seeing sunshine and it's springtime.
Oh,
and it starts converting its starches to sugars.
Gotcha.
So, it's 90 degrees outside, it starts this process, and then it uses those sugars to become a grass plant until it can start photosynthesis.
Mm-hmm.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah.
What we do is we hijack that by raising the heat up to 150 degrees.
Oh,
we're in there.
Okay. It's like almost like where the seed is going to open, like if it was going to bloom a flower or something like that, and then you just kill it with the heat, right? You said.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're hijacking that amylase to convert all the starches to sugars over the course of like an hour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The hotter it is, the quicker it's going to convert the starches.
Yeah.
So if we put it at like 150 degrees, it's going to convert them in like an hour.
Wow.
So that's what beer is, and that's the step. You mash it, and then you get kind of sugary grain water.
Yeah.
And then you add yeast to that, and it ferments all that sugar out of it.
Wow.
Yeah. So what extract is it saves that step. So you've got that sugary grain water, and they just dehydrate it. So now you have a sugary grain syrup, which is
gotcha.
Yeah. So you save that one step, the mash.
Oh well, if you can save some time, but I know the all grain stuff. Like, well, I feel like when we were talking about it in the class, that's like how everybody starts is with all grain.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could start with extract. An extract batch, you don't need a lot of equipment for. Like doing an all grain, you need to have a few things.
Yeah.
But you can do an extract brew. You can do a 1 gallon batch on your stove.
Oh wow.
With an extract, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There was it was an owner and a brewer on one time. It was actually just last week. I was saying one time, like it was a year ago or something. But it was last week, and he was telling me when he was doing his, he didn't have a paddle when he was doing the whole thing, so he had to use a 3-iron. So he named his brewery 3-Iron Brewery.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, the Vikings didn't know, or the Danes, they didn't know about yeast.
Yeah.
So they were just naturally fermenting their meads and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they thought their paddles were magic because this one paddle makes this best mead, Yeah. Little did they know that inside that porous paddle was yeast cells,
Yeah. Oh, looks like but I am going to jump into this next one, and this is was it, I'm going to butcher it, but is it Mappuccino or something?
It's close. It took me a week to say it right. It's Macapuno.
Macapuno, okay. So
it's Ube Macapuno.
And this one is porter?
It's a porter with chocolate, coconut, and ube yam.
Okay. So that's where I can get like the purplish.
That's where that purple's coming from. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it smells really good. But I was wondering. I was like, it was because I thought maybe it was just the way the light was hitting it.
Oh no, it's straight up purple.
Yeah.
Oh, like a champ.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I don't mess around when it comes to this stuff. That is so good.
Yeah.
How many % is this one?
That one is 8.2, I think. Yeah, 8.2.
8.2? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that beer was so good. You were telling me that you were in a cover band?
Yeah, I played a cover band. It's called Decadent Decades.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Damn, what do you guys play?
Everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's all the decades,
Okay. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, started around the 50s and go all the way up to like stuff that came out this year.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Do you have any John Bon?
Bon Jovi? Yeah. We do a couple of Bon Jovi tunes.
Nice. Yeah, I always my karaoke song is always the "Living on a Prayer."
It's a tough one. Yeah. Especially that key change at the end.
Yeah.
It's quite up there. Yeah. We do that one. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. How long have you had your cover band?
About 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years.
Oh, and you were telling me too. You used to be an art teacher. Not an art teacher. A music teacher.
Music teacher. Yeah, I did that for a while. COVID killed that.
Yeah. Fucking COVID.
Yeah. So I was just like, what else do I love? I love making beer.
Yeah. And
so I weaseled my way into this place.
And there you go. And that's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I really love this spot. It's just so like the whole like the brick, the old cars, obviously the beer's really really good, and even like when you're looking up there and you see the kegs up there, that's so cool.
Yeah, I like it. This was actually my favorite brewery,
Yeah.
Before I was a brewer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's so awesome. Like it's really cool. Like I said, and it's kind of hidden back here. But because I was like, where am I going? And then I found it.
You definitely have to know where it is to get
here.
Yeah. There's no stumbling upon it.
Oh yeah, and it seems that way. But I mean, it's once you get here, it's like the beers are awesome. Everything's really really cool. The decor, the ambiance, and you guys have food trucks here every day.
Every day that we're open, we'll have a food truck for sure.
And what days do you guys open on the hours?
Every day except Mondays. We're closed on Mondays, and then we're open 4 to 10.
Okay.
Tuesday through Friday, and then Saturday we're noon.
Nice.
To 11, and then actually Friday I think we're open to 11, and then Sundays we're noon to 6.
Yeah. They always say that Sunday should be the Lord's Day, but I think it should be Monday.
Well,
because Garfield hates Mondays too. So
yeah, I mean, in the words of Benjamin Franklin, beer is proof that there is a God and He loves us and wants us to be happy. So.
Exactly. My grandpa, he would always say, they would always ask him like, "Oh, Chuck, why do you always take the Monday after the Super Bowl?" He's like, "Because it's Super Bowl Monday. I'm going to be hungover as shit."
Yeah.
Oh man, do you have because I know you're not really a pro football fan, but are you guys gonna have the game here? Are you guys gonna have anything special for the game?
I don't know what we're doing for the game. I'm sure obviously it's gonna be on.
Yeah.
We'll have a food truck. I don't know what that'll be, but
no
special event.
Wonder if the spirit animal of the brewery, Ralph, will be here.
He will definitely be here. Yeah, he's our unofficial Imperial Pint Club member.
There you go.
President. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And I would always see him post the stuff on there, and that's why I was like, I figured I'd reach out and see if he was, if anyone was willing to do the show.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
He really is, yeah.
I love it watching him because he'll come in, like he knows everybody that's a regular, but if he comes in and then, he doesn't know anybody here.
Yeah.
2 hours later, he'll be hanging out with whoever.
Yeah, shooting the shit.
Their best friend.
Yeah.
So he's a cool guy.
That's awesome. I did want to ask you, like, when it comes to the brewing side, is there like a base grain that you guys use, or is it
somewhat? We use a lot of Canadian 2-row just because it's a really cool base grain to use. It's really good. But depending on what we're doing, we'll do like Belgian Pilsner, German Pilsner, or Maris Otter. We use a lot for the British stuff.
Okay, yeah, Maris Otter I know because they talked about that one in the class, and it's a noble hop, isn't it?
It's a grain.
Oh, it's a grain. Oh, no, sorry, no. The noble hops are the different ones, but the
noble hops are the European, kind of.
But it comes from like a specific region or something like that.
Maris Otter, yeah, it's from England.
Yeah,
yeah. So.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. So clearly, I didn't pay attention that much in class. I was too busy drinking beer.
Yeah, well, you did it right then.
Yep. And I'm gonna jump into this next one. This next beer. Is this the Nope.
That is Jewel City.
Jewel City?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that one is the one that wins all the awards.
That's awesome. And it's a California Common, you said, right?
California Common, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're kind of known for our commons and our lagers. That's our...
And I was looking at on your guys' website with like all the different beers you guys had. And I saw the Ubi. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I have like Luke's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi on my arm.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's a Jedi code.
How stoked were you at the end of Mandalorian?
Oh, I'm stoked. I can't wait. Like I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Ahsoka. I'm just
yeah. Last episode of season 1, we were watching with a bunch of buddies, and it's like what one TIE fighter? Wait, what? Wait, one TIE fighter?
Yeah. I can't wait for all that stuff. Like, and I feel like now, like, and I didn't mean for this whole thing to go this way, but.
Oh, you can edit this later.
It's not gonna be in this. Yeah, I'm such a nerd when it comes to that stuff. Like I love Ahsoka and Obi-Wan are my 2 favorites.
Okay.
But the way, like, I never would have thought in my wildest dreams that I would have an Ahsoka Tano live action TV show, or even see her in live action. Because they always separated the cartoons and the movies and all that sort of stuff. So. But yeah, we could have went down a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, what's the gunslinger guy? He showed up too. The blue guy. What's his name?
Cad Bane.
Yeah. He's from the.
Yeah, he's from the Clone Wars, and I was like, I think he shows up in the Bad Batch too. But yeah, like I said, I can go down a whole rabbit hole about Star Wars. I've actually thought about starting a separate thing and just talking Star Wars
nice.
For 45 minutes an hour. So maybe might have you on that too.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Sweet. What kind of hops do you guys like to use, or is there a specific? I know there's so many different, like Citra and Motu? I always mispronounce that. Yeah, I was mispronounce that.
We do use Motueka. We use a lot of New Zealand stuff for our for like juicy IPAs and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we use normal noble hops too. We're using a lot of Magnum and the Hallertau stuff and Northern Brewer and Sapphire and that kind of stuff. Yeah. But for all, like a lot of the IPAs, we like the New Zealand stuff because it's so juicy.
Yeah. And I saw that's one of the ones I'm gonna get a mixed 4-pack and.
Yeah. Obviously, Citra Bang.
Yeah.
I
saw that, the Citra. Yeah. One thing I love that this brewery does, and it even shows it on the website, but if you go, like most breweries you go to, like if you go, like I'm not going to like knock because I love Green Cheek and I love all the other, all the different OC breweries, but none of them will sell a mixed 4-pack.
Really?
Yeah. Every time you go there, you have to buy that specific 4-pack, and that's it. And I get why they do it because certain, they want to make sure they're not, too much of one thing and too much and not enough of the other thing. But like, I love what you get. You can make a mixed 4-pack here.
Yeah, you can make a mixed 4-pack. You can make a mixed case if you want.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah. Mixed case of beer.
Yeah, that's the dream for me. If I can do that,
you can buy a single beer if you want.
Yeah,
just one can.
Yeah, come over and watch the Braves beat the Dodgers. when that happens in August. 'Cause I'm a big Braves fan, so.
Oh, wow. Are you from Atlanta?
No.
No.
I grew up watching Chipper Jones and like Greg Maddux and John Smoltz on TBS.
Okay, got it.
So it's like, all right, I'm done. Sold.
All right. Well,
my dad's a Dodger fan, though, but yeah.
Yeah, don't give your address out and they'll get
I know.
angry.
And I converted my brother, too. And my brother, actually, he's a Bama, Braves. He also likes UCLA, but I'm an SC fan. But we're actually, people call it heresy because it's like me and I'm an SC fan, but I'll cheer for UCLA as long as they're not playing each other. But but people out here like you're not an SC fan if you're doing that. It's like get out of here. I'm supporting my brother's team.
I don't know. I think my favorite team's Bama. My second favorite team is whoever's playing USC.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Nailed it. And I actually have Tommy Trojan tattooed on my back. Don't know. It was an 18-year-old tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, my buddy did tattoos at the time. He did it in my kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah. One of those. But the only bad thing is, like, sometimes because it's just his face, every once in a while you look back at it and, like, there'll be, like, a pimple and it looks like it's right on his, like, nose or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that one's really good.
Which one was that one?
I thought that was a common.
Oh, that was the Jewel City, yeah.
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 Yeah, so good. I always like because like Citra is one of my favorites. My buddy Ivan, he used to be on the show. He loves he always says, "Oh, it's the sexy hop, the cashmere." But it's always good too. I like those. Are there any other breweries that you like to go to when you're?
I love going to breweries.
Yeah.
My favorite brewery to go to is any brewery I've not been to yet, but
okay.
Right in this little area, we've got a couple really cool ones. Lawless is pretty close to here. Lincoln.
Oh, nice.
Paperback is not far from here.
Yeah, I actually had a paperback yesterday. It was the one with the bunny on it with the chainsaw.
All their names are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, and they did a collab with Tarantula Hill not that long ago.
Okay.
Too, yeah, and I love Tarantula Hill, but it's it is a little bit of a drive, but I'm gonna go up there because his name's Curtis. He's a really good guy. He's one of the brewers over there. Mm-hmm. Really nice guy.
Yeah, we did a collab with Eagle Rock too.
Oh yeah.
They're not far from here. Yeah, we did it. We called it the Juicy Pour.
Oh okay. Oh, I saw that
one.
The
Crispy Pour.
Oh, what's that one?
That one is more of a.
Sounds like it might be like a lager.
Yeah, it's a lager for sure. But we're using the same grains and hops. To do it. So.
Did it come out like cloudy at all or anything like that? Or
no, actually no. Both the beers are pretty crystal clear.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but ours is the juicy hoppy one, and theirs is kind of the crushable.
Nice.
But yeah.
Sweet.
That's a cool place over there if you've been there.
Yeah. My brother, he actually works for Brewery X, so he's trying to get in on the brewing side over there. He worked for Stone for a long time, then they sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. That's why, because when he worked there for so many years, I would have so many Stone t-shirts, and I was like, now I don't want to go out in public wearing them.
Yeah. But one of the Evil Empire sold out breweries that is near here. All the guys from there come here to drink beer.
Yeah. There you go. That's awesome. And honestly, it seems like just such a cool place to be able to come down with your buddies after work. Like if I was super close, I'd probably be here all the time. But my girlfriend, she's a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
So I can't really say anything.
What part of town are you?
I'm in Bellflower.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this is on your way to the stadium.
Yeah, totally. That's all. I was like, oh man, I'm passing Dodger Stadium. And how cool is it that your guys' beer is in Dodger Stadium now?
So cool. Yeah, our owner's a huge Dodger fan. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did Employee Appreciation Day. They took us to a Dodger game.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. But yeah, we're pretty happy our stuff's in there.
Yeah, that's so cool. I feel like the craft beer is getting into all the stadiums now. I feel like, unless maybe not like Busch Stadium or something like that. But yeah, Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium, they're getting the craft beers in there, and they're going away from like you were telling me earlier. They're getting away from drafts. Yeah,
they're not doing draft systems anymore, which is better if you have a lot of beers.
Yeah,
because drafts systems are tricky to.
Oh yeah,
keep the beer good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's so freaking cool that you guys are there. I'm definitely going to come down here. I maybe won't wear my Braves jersey when I come in.
Okay.
But
That's probably wise.
Yeah.
This is not really a bad part of town.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But if Ralph's here, I'm sure Ralph will give me shit. He'll be like,
will,
oh,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
Because he's a big SC fan, too.
Yeah. He's a big Dodgers fan.
Yeah. Big SC fan, big Dodger fan. Like him and I think we hung out once at a tailgate, but every once in a while, we would just run into each other randomly at the USC bookstore or making the drunk walk to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Big Mike tend to go to a lot of not even the games, but the special events they have.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Mike runs our karaoke every Friday.
Oh, nice. Oh, you have karaoke here on Fridays.
Yeah, it's like the highest tech ridiculousness you ever seen. It's like you sign in on your phone.
Oh, shit.
And they have any song you could ever think of. Like, you cannot stop this thing.
Yeah.
And it'll put you in the queue, and it'll call your name and stuff. And like, you don't have to.
If you were going to do karaoke, because I mean, even though you're in a cover band, what would your karaoke song be?
Yeah,
what is it?
It's cheating for me to do karaoke.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I sing professionally. Yeah.
There you
go. Yeah, I like doing "Somebody Love."
Yeah.
By Queen. That's a good one.
That's a banger. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the line from Almost Famous? He's like, I'm just one of the out of focus guys.
Yeah.
I love that movie. So I don't know. It was just a random thought that came into my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people now that I'm a mock star.
There you go.
Came to LA to be a rock star, and
I
just missed one letter.
Yeah. Hey, but I mean, like honestly, like look at everything you guys have here. That's it's so cool because you get to do your music, which you obviously love. You were teaching music. You get to brew beer, another love of yours, and like how awesome is that?
It's like living the dream.
Yeah,
beats having a real job.
Yeah. I mean, I love my job now, but this is like, because it's like I always feel like I have two full-time jobs, but it doesn't feel like a job to me. Like, we can sit here and have a conversation and do all that sort of stuff, and though it doesn't feel like a interview. Yeah, because I never want it to feel that way, because I just want to be able to have a conversation. But
well, you're drinking beer, so it's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're not drinking beer, you're at a meeting.
Yeah.
If you're drinking beer, you're at a party.
Yeah. Or you could just drink hop water if you want to do that. Yeah. Like if you want to, then people think you're drinking beer. They're like, "What is that?" I remember a buddy of mine got pulled over. He was drinking that Liquid Death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they pulled a cop.
Looks like a beer.
Yeah, and it looks like he was drinking like a craft beer or something.
What a strange marketing campaign for water.
Yeah, definitely. And this one is
that Citra Bang.
Citra Bang, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's our Citra hop. It's an IPL.
Big citrus on the nose.
Yeah. So it's not as heavy as an IPA because it's a lager. So it's like an IPA that you can crush.
Oh yeah. It's not overly. It's got a good mouthfeel though too. Like it's crisp, it's refreshing. It's nothing that you're not going to have 6 or 7 of them and you're going to be like, oh, like full
exactly,
after.
yeah.
As my brother would say, if he was on the golf course, he'd probably crush like 12 or 13 of these.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I said, I really appreciate the opening and all this up to me, be able to come down and hang out.
Yeah.
Before the private event starts, but everything is like I love the decor. I'm gonna harp on it, and everybody always tells me like on the comments and stuff, they're like, you say the same thing over and over. It's like, man, I can't help it. Yeah. Like it's such a cool little place. I mean, and even there, like on that side, it almost looks like a speakeasy. Like they're like the windows are tinted and.
Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe.
And what do you guys keep in there?
Inside that's the bathroom.
Oh, bathroom. There you go. Oh, that's probably good to have those windows tinted then.
Yeah. You don't want to see in there. No,
yeah.
They're not real windows.
Oh, okay. It look like real windows.
They do look like real windows. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, but this is such a great place. So glad. I didn't really, like I said, I just like to wing this whole thing, and it's been a blast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our brewing stuff is like right out in the open. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. A lot of times, if you come in here when we open, we'll still be, doing brew stuff.
There you go.
Cleaning tanks or canning.
I know. When it comes to all the, how long does that take? I've always wondered that. Because, I mean, when you see these big tanks, you're like, crap.
How long does it take to brew it, or how long does it take to
clean it?
To clean it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, half of it is, or maybe 65% is cleaning. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, brewing a beer, it takes a while just because anytime you need to move the liquid, it takes forever because it's we're running like 600-gallon batches.
Yeah.
So, we usually start around 9, and I'm usually finished by 6 or 7.
Wow.
Yeah, but like the beer is probably done by 2 or 3. And the rest is cleaning.
What's the thing called when there's like a stoppage and you have to like try to unclog
a stuck mash?
There you go. Yeah. I couldn't remember. I was thinking about it in the class, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him about stuck mash.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Almost. So I know before I started working here, they did a rye lager.
Okay.
And rye is super gummy, and they ended up with a stuck mash on it. But the closest I've come is doing a German Hef, which had a lot of wheat in it, and it threatened to stick.
Yeah.
But we shot hot wort up through the bottom of it, and we were able to unstick it.
There you go. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the beer that almost didn't happen.
Yeah. It always, it's like when you, because even like with the wort, like I'd never heard that before, like wort, and then they kept saying it in class over and over again. I was like what the, I was like, I know they probably said it at the beginning, but I just had a beer poured, so I was like, what is wort?
Wort is unfermented beer. It's like a pre-beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, and hey, not only is this podcast fun, but it's educational.
Totally. I could definitely nerd out on beer stuff. It's my jam.
And honestly, I'd love to have you back on. Maybe we can plan something for a couple months. Like, you guys just had your anniversary recently?
That was in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys, like...
We had a beer garden. We had, I think, 18 breweries.
Oh, shit.
So we closed down the whole parking lot. We had everybody, with tents and stuff. We had 18 breweries pouring.
Wow.
And then at 5 o'clock, we shut that down and we opened the tap room.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had some really cool small batches.
Okay.
We did a creamsicle, which was my braggot.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like orange blossom honey and oranges and vanilla.
Wow.
And then we did a gingerbread porter, small batch.
Oh, I bet that was delicious.
Yeah, we call it Forest Witch.
Oh, nice.
She's gonna get you to come into her candy house.
For the Blair Witch Project or something like that.
Eat you.
There you go.
Yeah, we even did our bourbon barrel aged Belgian. We served it hot with cinnamon and whipped cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff.
That sounds all amazing.
Yeah.
I should have reached out to Ralph earlier.
I know, right? Yeah.
But do you guys do different beers for different seasons, or is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's beers that we're gonna have all the time. Like Ube 1 is our Ube IPA. We're gonna always have that.
Can't wait for that.
Kalinga is one of our flagships. It's a Pilsner with calamansi fruit, which is like a citrus.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Like, what kind of fruit is it?
It's a Filipino citrus fruit. It's kind of like a cross between an orange and a lime. So it's like...
That sounds delightful.
Yeah, it's in the kumquat family, I think.
Oh, okay.
So there's a orchard down in San Diego that grows it for us.
That's pretty... Is it something... Because you said it's like a Filipino fruit. Is it something that's... Oh, that's obviously based in the Philippines, but is that something that they grow out here, or is it like like in a lot of different places?
Here, but
I'm sure the weather's good enough, probably ideal for it.
Yeah, the place in San Diego we get it from is the only place I'm aware of that grows it.
Wow. I mean, and that's the cool part, because you learn all these different things, whether it's like about like a specific fruit you put in anything, and so like, do you guys do like in the summer, do you do more lagers, or what do you guys?
Yeah. I mean, you do most of our dark beers.
Okay. In the winter,
when you want to drink a dark beer.
Yeah. Might have to have you on for because maybe I can have you on a couple times, but I mean, might have to have you on for Stoutsgiving. We do that every year.
Yeah. Very cool.
And it's just all stouts. We'll do an all stout episode, and it's always fun.
Yeah. Actually, at home I did an oyster stout that I called the Kraken.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
It's like a 13.5%.
Damn.
And instead of using oysters, I used squid ink.
Oh, shit.
And it is blacker than black. Like, even the head is black.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. Me neither.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you don't have to show me right now, but if you have any pictures of that, I'd love to, if you have a picture of it.
I got to look into that. I don't know if I have any pictures of that one.
Yeah. Because I've never seen a black head before like that.
Yeah. Well, squid ink will make anything black.
Yeah. There you go. And even because when I was learning about all the different malts, like, because Some of them taste like sunflower seeds.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
like,
that.
I can't remember the ones that I ate specifically. One of them, I know you can't eat the ones with the crystals in it because it'll like chip your tooth or something like that.
Oh, crystal malts?
Yeah.
I think you'd survive.
Yeah. But some of the even there was like the one that almost tasted like cocoa without like the sweetener.
Okay, like a chocolate malt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them were they're really kind of like. I was like, man, I could eat like a whole bag of these. But I'm thinking they were like when you could buy the sunflowers or the seeds without the what do you want to call it? Shell?
Yeah.
Yeah, eating that. But that's what it felt like. I was like, man, these are delicious. I could have just kept pounding them. And then gradually as you went up, they were like a little bit rougher, a little harder to eat. But I mean, they were just toasted longer, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You can get them burnt to a crisp if you want to leave a black patent malt.
Oh.
It's like ashes.
You put it in there and it just you toss one and it just disintegrates. When
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it's like.
But this has been a blast. I really appreciate you having me on. I have this one last beer that I'm gonna crush.
Ooh.
This one is.
I don't remember what we poured.
Let's see. Well, do you want to taste it first? You can probably tell me. I can't remember what we got either. So it happens when you're having a good time at a brewery.
Hey, that's the Jewel City. What was the other one?
Oh, this is the Jewel City?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I mixed them up. Sorry, Taps fan.
Maybe I poured it twice.
That's delicious too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one a big fat 10.
That's one of the wins of the awards. That's a California Common.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if you've ever had an Anchor Steam, that's the most famous type of but you're not allowed to call it a steam beer because they'll sue you.
Yeah. Well, there was a brewery that I went out to when me and my buddy went to Seattle called Old Stove, and they had one called Ricky the Steamboat Lager because they couldn't call it the steam lager.
Yeah. So the difference is those are just lagers that were fermented hot.
Yeah.
So when the gold rush happened, in 1849, a lot of towns started popping up, and a lot of these German and European brewers that were living in the Midwest followed them. Yeah. To brew beer out here, but there was no way to lager beer because there's no refrigeration back then, and unlike Milwaukee, there's no caves that you can put your beer to keep it cold here. So they were just fermenting it hot. And that's the style. Yeah,
that's that. And I didn't know. I mean, I knew about Anchor Steam, but I didn't know that was the story. So thank you.
That's the story.
Yeah, that's the story, and we're sticking to it. But before we end it up, because I know you said you're going to have the game on next week. Do you guys know what food truck you guys are going to have here for the game?
Ooh, good question. I don't think that schedule's up yet. Yeah, I'm looking at just this week. So
no worries. Well, I mean. Whoever they have, I'm sure it's going to be good.
It will. We don't hire any of the terrible people.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I always see like sometimes too, even on the Instagram, like I'll see you guys that like people have like make smash burgers, and like even today it's an Italian food truck.
Yeah,
that's probably what you're hearing that in the tanks. So, thank you again for having me.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have one more beer before I head out, but that's not gonna be on the show. So
it's gonna get ugly.
Oh, exactly. All right. Well, I hope you, Taps fam, I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much to Josh. Do you want to plug anything? Do you want to plug the band before we go? Or
sure. Yeah. I mean, Decadent Decades is my cover band. We play a lot, so look us up.
In certain areas, or is it?
Yeah. I mean, we go all the way up to Ventura. We play there a lot, and then all the way down to like Hermosa and Redondo, Anaheim.
Nice.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have a? Oh, no, I'll get it from me after. Say if you have a card. I mean, because if you're ever in an area, I'll go down and see you guys play.
Totally. Well, I'll tell you. Tonight we're in Simi Valley if you're interested.
Okay. I'm going to be in Altadena tonight. My brother's in from Austin.
Okay.
Yeah. But for sure, if it's a weekend, I'm down.
Cool.
All right, man. Well, Taps fam, come down here to Brewyard. Beer's awesome. The ambiance is great. And don't forget to take the over, you bastards.